In this episode, I'm gonna be running you through my daily routine and specifically focusing on all the things that I do on an hour-by-hour and day-by-day basis to ensure that I'm successful as an entrepreneur and also to ensure that I crush my to-do lists and get everything that I need to get done. With that said, here comes the intro. Turn the volume up. Hey Siri, play Backwards by One True North.
Playing Backwards by One True North.
Just love music that you have the copyrights to. And just plug in with an Apple HomePod in your own vlog. It's the best. You can get that single called Backwards by my band One True North. Link in description. Hey, look, since getting my HomePod, I tell you what, it's just my favorite thing. Just the best thing ever. Siri does everything for me. She's like my PA, my personal assistant. Hey, turn all the lights on.
Got it.
Turn lights to 100%.
Done.
Yeah, these ones, look at these ones. Not bad. Hey, open my blinds.
Got it.
Mate, slower than I was at 6 o'clock this morning.
It's cool, but it could work better, you know? And it's just the thing, I don't own this place, I just rent it, so I can't really make any modifications to the way the blinds actually work. I've just had to kind of work with what I've been given, you know? I also just realized that every time that I say, hey Siri, it's gonna actually activate your iOS device. So, because I'm just such a nice guy, every time I say, hey Siri, it's gonna be blurted out. Anyways, for those of you that are new here, my name is Ramondo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead, do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button, turn the bell notifications on because otherwise you're not gonna get notified when my new videos come out because the YouTube algorithm is just killing us. For those of you that caught last week's episode, it was super well received. I really appreciate it. It was probably one of the most personal episodes that I've done ever. Basically, it's just about my experience with burnout as an entrepreneur and the strategies and the ways in which I taught myself and also had others help me in terms of trying to get out of that period of burnout, which was just not really a fun time at all. So if you're going through burnout at the moment or if you've experienced anything like that, I definitely recommend giving that last vlog a watch. Now, I'm trying to make the storylines and the content of all these episodes kind of fit in together a little bit more. So for today's episode, I think we will go to my office, and one of the things I spoke about in last week's burnout episode was how one of the best ways to deal with burnout and to get over burnout is to actually set a routine and schedule and put a solid work day and life kind of flow down to like the hour or the half an hour in terms of block segments of your time in order to make sure that you have the time to do the things that you need to do for your life, but also have the time in order to accomplish all the goals without feeling too stressed out or getting overwhelmed in the process. And it's a great way to get yourself out of burnout. It's the way that I got myself out of my first major burnout, and then also how I kind of stopped myself from going to a second round of burnout. Again, check out last week's episode. Anyways, you got that and a lot more fun stuff to look forward to in this week's episode of the vlog. I think with that said though, Ryan, it's probably about time. Oh, I just feel perked up. It's like the monster. It's pulsing through my veins.
So good.
Let's instant transmission to Ramondo Media HQ and let's go and have a look at what it looks like to live a week in the life of Paul Ramondo. Oh, I'm talking about myself in third person. I've officially lost it, Ryan. I've officially lost it. Okay, let's go. Woo! Oh, so I actually time traveled to Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. I filmed that intro on Sunday. I tried to make it all seamless, but you know, I shaved. So maybe you can tell, maybe you can't, who knows. So basically we are here at Ramondo Media HQ and what we're gonna be talking about is routine. Specifically, why routine is important, how routine can basically save you from burning out, and also how I go about doing that. So we're gonna hop into my computer, we're gonna have a look at the calendar app that I use and also the note-taking app that I use in order to set up my routine so that I can achieve everything that I want to achieve. So I'm gonna set this camera up here and we'll go hop in. Look, in my experience, I think having a routine is quite possibly one of the most important and fundamental things that you need to have in your life, regardless of whether you're running a business or whether you're working a 9 to 5 or whether you're in high school or you're in college, you're studying, like regardless of what you're doing, I think having a routine is fundamental. Starting a business though and having a routine around a business can be somewhat more troublesome and more challenging, mainly because you are literally in charge of everything and literally responsible for everything. So if you don't have a routine, like a solid routine and a solid structure in place, it becomes really easy for things to kind of shrink and you to get task creep and you to kind of go and chase unicorns and you know, by chasing unicorns, I mean, oh, I've got this idea, I'm gonna spend an hour and a half researching it, or like half an hour researching it, and then that half an hour turns into you actually spending 2 to 3 hours researching it when you really should have been doing other stuff, and it's really achieved nothing variable to your overarching goals, which put in place to help you get closer to whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, right? So I think fundamentally, setting a routine in place allows you, from a business perspective, allows you to help achieve your goals in a lot more effective and efficient manner. And it's very similar to setting a SMART goal, but just in terms of like your general day-to-day life, right? With SMART goals and with routines in general, it also allows you to minimize the effect of a thing called Parkinson's law, right? So Parkinson's law denotes that a task will either shrink or expand to match the space of time that you allocate for its completion, right? So in the same way that I might allocate 3 hours on a Tuesday to film this vlog, right? If I give myself an unlimited amount of time, let's say I give myself 6 hours to film this vlog, it'll probably take me 6 hours to film this vlog. In the same way, if it only takes me, like I'm doing this morning, if I've only given myself 90 minutes to film this vlog, right? So I've got another 60 minutes left. So I gave myself 90 minutes from 7:30 to 9 o'clock this morning to film this vlog, this intro, this context piece that I'm doing right now, this talking head piece that I'm doing right now. Now, if I gave myself, say, 3 hours to film this talking head piece, it would probably take me 3 hours to do it. And that's basically Parkinson's law, because whether you know it or not, your brain is basically subconsciously working either with you or against you to fill that time and to make you do extra unnecessary stuff, or to do the task more efficiently in order to, you know, achieve its completion. So, you know, and that's, you know, 𝗓𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗓, all other things being equal, but it's a real thing. Like, think back to a time where you, like, drop a comment below and tell me a time in which you have given yourself a short amount of time to complete a task and you've gotten it done. Or you've given yourself a really long amount of time to complete a task and it took you that long to do it, right? Like, the most famous example that I can think of, which is kind of ubiquitous for every single person that's ever been to high school or studied at university or done any project that required, you know, a deadline, which is maybe 2 months in the future, is there's no way that you were gonna do the work. Like, you tell yourself, yes, this one's gonna be different. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna do my research this week, and I'm going to go and talk to some friends about what they're doing on the project, and we might compare notes and have a brainstorm session together, and then, you know, by the 3rd week, you know, it's, fuck, I can't do maths, you know, it's 6 weeks out from it being due, I'm going to, that's not right, 5 weeks out from it being due, if it's a 8-week deadline, 5 weeks out from being due, I'm gonna sit down and write out my essay plan, and then I'm gonna start writing up my intro, and I'm gonna like bullet point all of the, you know, skeleton out the whole essay, and I'll bullet point everything, and then, you know, by the 4th week, I'll have the first draft done. This, you know, 3 weeks to go, I'll have the 2nd or 3rd draft iteration done, then I'll get a bunch of people to look over it, and then before you know, bang, deadline, but you've already done it, and you finished like a week and a half in advance. Literally, like, every single project that I've ever done has literally been left to the last minute. And the funny thing is, like, if you gave yourself those 8 weeks, it would take you those 8 weeks to finish it, right? But if you gave yourself, you know, like, let's say you haven't finished, you've got a huge essay for university or college due, and you haven't finished it, and it's due tomorrow, like, you're gonna pull out every single piece and ounce of strength in your being, in your existence, and you will get that done. Like, you know you will. Like, you 100% get that done. And the funniest thing is, you'll probably get it done in a more effective way. You'll probably get a better mark as well. You'll probably just pull like an A+ out of your ass because you've given yourself that much stress and adrenaline and such a time constraint that Parkinson's law is gonna work in your favor, and you're gonna get it done. There's so many people that I've spoken to, like, literally, like, the essay was due at 8 o'clock on Monday morning, and I literally pushed it through the envelope of my professor's office at 7:59 a.m. before the slot closed. And I started it the night before at 7 p.m. and I pulled it all-nighter. It's Parkinson's law. So routine is a way in which you can hack that, especially as an entrepreneur. It's a way in which you can set up your day and set up your weeks and set up your months so that they decrease decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is the exact same reason as to why I wear the same color shirt every single day, right? I wear the same outfit every single day. I have 15, 20 of the exact same shirt. And the reason that I do that is that I don't want to be spending any of my energy or any of my time thinking about what I'm wearing every morning. I just want to see it in my wardrobe, pick it out, know that it's going to look good, know that it's going to be appropriate for work, and then I'm going to wear it, and then that's it, right? I want to minimize that decision fatigue because I've got that many decisions that I need to make in each individual day. Like, and it's scientifically proven that the more decisions that you make, like, the more fatigue you have on your brain. And that's why, like, after a really long day and you get to the end of the day, like 5, 6 p.m., you're grinding, you've been grinding for 12 hours, like, things are a lot harder. Your brain's not working as efficiently as what it was in the morning. Now, if you can do things to minimize the amount of decisions that you have to make every single day, then you're gonna be able to be more effective in and more purposeful in the things in which you actually want to achieve on a, you know, hour-to-hour basis while you're actually working, right? The important stuff. The question is, how do I structure my days and my weeks, and how do I structure my routine in order to succeed, in order to achieve all the crazy things that I'm trying to do? What we're gonna do is we're gonna hop inside my computer over here, and I'm gonna be running you through my calendar app, which is an app called 𝗩𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗧. I'll leave a link for it in the description. And also just the really basic note-taking app, the Stickies app on Mac. Anyways, with that said, let's hop inside. Okay, so here we are inside my calendar app. Now, you can use any calendar app, but I really like this app called 𝗩𝗡𝗘𝗧. It's on the App Store. It's also on the iOS App Store. I'll leave a link for it in the description below. You don't need to use this app, but basically any calendar app that works for you is the thing that's going to work. So I'll use the combination of my 𝗩𝗡𝗘𝗧 as well as a combination of this kind of analog note system to plan out all the tasks I need to get done on a daily basis. The sticky notes that I've set up here is kind of like my cascading to-do list. I've got a mix of this kind of old school mixed new school digital analog list, which is combined with my 𝗩𝗡𝗘𝗧. Okay, so with that said, let's just have a look at what a day or an average day for me looks like. So you'll notice that I've color coded everything just to make things easier, and you'll also notice there are gaps in my days, and that's all very much on purpose. So the way that I recommend setting up your routine is really just have a granular look at what you need to do for you. What do you enjoy doing, right? I've built my routine around things that I like doing and things that make me happy and things that I want to achieve on a day-to-day and a week-to-week basis, right? Now, I always recommend starting with your personal stuff first. So ask yourself, what are the things in my life that I want to do that every single day outside of work that I want to do for me? And I always try to do those things in the morning, right? So for example, I will be up at 5:45 every single day. And you'll notice that on my calendar, I've color coded things in a way that yellow represents personal. So I look at my calendar and I look at all the things that are yellow, and I know that those things that are yellow are personal for me, right? So at the start of my day, I've got, every single day I'll get up, maybe just before 5:45 in the morning, and I'll make sure I have breakfast. And then I do my 5-minute journal, which is another great app. It's a really great way to ground your day in terms of a micro goal setting, and also a great way to wake up, makes you be grateful, a great way to review your goals and to review, the day, and also gives you push notifications to your phone in the morning and also in the evening, asking you what are you going to be grateful for today, what are you looking forward to achieving in the day, and also at the end of the day it asks you what were some great things that happened to you today and what things could be improved. And it's just a great little way, it takes 5 minutes, hence the name, 5-minute journal. I'll leave a link in the description, but it's just a great way for you to basically look at ways in which you're succeeding every day and get you pumped and get you grateful every single day, so you can start the day off in a really positive mindset, right? So I'll have my breakfast, I'll do my 5-minute journal, and then while I'm eating breakfast and after I've done my 5-minute journal, I'll then look at some YouTube videos because, well, I do love YouTube. And then after that, I'll go on my morning walk. I personally don't like working out in the mornings. If you do, then maybe schedule a gym in the mornings, but I'll do the gym at the end of the day, right? So those are the 3 things that I start my days off with in a personal way, and all color-coded yellow. At the end of the day, I'll finish work around 5. And then on Monday afternoons, I do my weekly grocery shopping, which then prepares me and gets me ready to do my weekly meal prep, which you can see down here, represented by the yellow. You also notice after hours, I've got a weekly band jam, and that's on every Wednesday, so we get that done. And that's exactly the same thing. It's built in my routine, and it's Kane and I, we get together and we jam every Wednesday, and that's a nice way of getting things done on a periodic basis or a weekly basis. It's scheduled in. If you don't get it scheduled in, it's not going to get done, right? And then, on Thursday afternoon, or Thursday evening, I'm having dinner with my nonna, and that's that. Now, if you look at my day, I've got my day structured in an interesting way. So this one's been kind of built off what I'm doing this week. So usually on Monday mornings, I'll film my vlog, and I'll do that till 10, and then I always have to remember to capture a thumbnail, and then that's that, right? And then I'll spend on Tuesday mornings, I'll then edit the vlog and edit the thumbnail, and I'll upload it so it's ready to go live at the end of Tuesday or the start of Wednesday morning. And then I'll do promotions for the vlog in the morning from 7 to 8:15, and then on Thursdays I'll do research and planning, right? And then I also have a strict 1 hour, half an hour break for lunch every day. And then around that, I then build my schedule based on what I need to do every single day. So one of the things that really stays fixed every single week is, I'll do my brand community management, so replying to Instagram comments, replying to emails from my community, and replying to comments on my website and all that kind of fun stuff. And I do that between 10:15 and 10:45 every single day. And then I'll go through and I'll catch up on all the emails that I need to for the week. And then usually the afternoons I reserve for client work, right? So in this week specifically, I already planned out the previous week that I need to do reporting from client A, B, and C over the periods of, the app from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Monday. You can go through and you can pause this and have a look at how I've structured my stuff. Like I always need to do my accounting. I always do accounting on Wednesdays. That's just the way I do it. Another good thing to keep in mind is that it's a moving thing, right? And this is kind of the reason I like to use 𝗩𝗡𝗘𝗧 instead of using like a pen and paper, because I can visually see what I've got going on and how much time it's going to take for me to complete tasks. And like I was talking about earlier, this also allows me, setting and structuring up your tasks in this way also allows you to maximize Parkinson's law in a positive way, right? So I'm not actually giving myself too much time to complete a scheduled task. It's allocated. Start time's got allocated finish time, so I know that I've only got between 7 a.m. and 9:45 a.m. on this Tuesday to edit the vlog, and I've got to get it done in that time. Otherwise, I've got to make more time for it elsewhere. And if I don't finish it within that allotted time period, then everything else is going to be pushed down, right? Now, where do the sticky notes come in? Well, I use the sticky notes as my moving analog to-do list, right? So, at any given time, at any given day, I might get an email from a client when I'm looking at my emails in the morning, right? So I might get an email from a few clients that have got a crisis, right? Let's say that today's Monday, right? If during my email catch up, I've already done everything I needed to do for that morning, and I'm catching up on emails, and one of my clients is having a crisis. I'm like, okay, cool. I need to spend the next 4, 5, 6 hours on this afternoon to make sure I get this done. For example, let's say their website got hacked and I've got to fix it, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I need to move some stuff around. So I know that I've got an extra hour free. And let's say that it's going to take me the full 4 hours there. I'm like, all right, I might have a half an hour lunch break today and I'll move that to there, right? And then I've got all this reporting to do. I'm like, okay, I've got this reporting to do. When can I get it done? I know it needs to be done by Thursday. I've got some gaps in my schedule here and here. And I'm spending more time working for this specific client there today, so it's going to spend less time working them tomorrow. So I'm going to chunk it together to get more done. So I know that maybe this task, just based on experience, this task over here tomorrow is going to take me an hour less now, and I can throw this client report here, I can get this client report done here, and then I might just only have like a half an hour lunch break tomorrow as well, move this stuff up, and that will give me enough time to fit in that work, right? And also to make it fit into my day, I might actually decrease the amount of time that I'm spending on email catch-up tomorrow, right? So I might have my lunch break a little bit earlier, move this up here, and now I know that I'm going to be able to get all my client reporting done based on the average amount of time it takes me to get these reports done. And now I can spend this afternoon working in that crisis, right? And then in the same way, like let's say that I get the edit for this vlog done here, I can then move all that up. Let's say it's Tuesday now, I get the edit for that done there. I'm like, cool, I can now do this there. I can catch my emails here. I can maybe now take a bit of my lunch break back, or I can work on this client report here, get that lunch break done there, move that there, and now I've got more time in my afternoon. So it's kind of like a cascading, rolling to-do list, right? And I sync all that up on a daily basis with all these tasks that come through. I treat these like a moving to-do list, and if I've got missed tasks or free time in which I need to get these done, and it also depends on their priority, but if I've got like I need to follow up these leads on Thursday, right? So if I've got these leads to follow up on Thursday, I can go look at my calendar. I'm like, cool, let's look at my Thursday. All right, what have I got on Thursday? Well, I've got a gap here. I can follow them up. I can follow up here. I can follow up here. I've got all this other time here, right? So I might do a follow up. Probably the best time to follow up leads would be probably around 10 a.m. So I might move my community management up to here because I had a gap there. And then I might make a new task here and do new lead follow up here, and now I know that's going to get done. And that's basically it. So I've got a structured day in which I know I'm going to achieve all of the tasks that I need to achieve, and I've also got gaps in my schedule, which allows me to be more flexible with my day-to-day achievement of tasks, because things happen, crises happen, you lose time, you gain time, and having this sticky note analog system combined with my basic calendar system allows me to make sure that I get everything done. For me, this has been the best way for me to decrease my stress, achieve everything I want to achieve in my life, and also have a nice healthy balance between work and also my personal life. Anyways, that there concludes this episode of the vlog. I really hope you found it helpful, and look, I'm really curious to your feedback. If you enjoyed this kind of 2-episode kind of joint storyline thing, drop me a comment below. If you want me to do more of this kind of stuff, let me know. If you're struggling with your routine, that sucks, like, I'm here to help. So drop me a comment or follow me on Instagram at @Ramondo, slide in my DMs, and let me know what you're struggling with, and I'll do my best to give you a hand. With that said though, I'm gonna do the standard outro thing. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, turn the bell notifications on, because I drop new videos every single week. And if you don't hit the bell notifications, then you're not gonna get notified when my new videos come out, because YouTube's just breaking our hearts. I'll see you next week, guys. Peace.